If you love music, then do more than just listen. Connor's Music.
All right, welcome. John Connors live. Back at the regular time, back at the old location. I'm gonna just that's like too bright. I'm not angelic here. Anyways, make sure you say hi. We want the regular live and interactive show that you've come to know and love coming live to you from Connors Music. And tonight is our Trade-in Blitz Part 1, and I'll explain what that's all about in a second here. I was hoping you'd see the guitars behind me too. Like I'm totally not lined up the way I wanted to. So, anyways, Phil, good evening. How you doing? And thanks for tuning in. All right, well, there's some. You can see the guitars a little there. And Arnold, happy birthday! We just belated there. Arnold and my dad share the same birthday, so that's always kind of fun that they get to wish each other happy birthday. Hello, Digsby. Thanks for tuning in. And Dan, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for dropping by the shop today as well. Always appreciated. Maybe I gotta turn that one down a little bit. I'm getting it to work here. We're coming together. We're coming together. So what we got going on is that every year in the late January or early February, we do a trade-in blitz. But we do trade-ins all year long. So that's something that if you ever have a piece of equipment, a musical instrument or accessory that isn't to your need anymore, and there's something here that you do need, you could bring it in. We can chat about a trade-in value. So most of the time throughout the year, the way that works, there we go. Dan got a new pickup for his mandolin, and he got it installed all by himself today too, which is very handy of him. I'm glad that worked out. So you could bring it in, and normally what we do throughout the year is we would look at the value of what it's selling for out there, and we look to offer you in the vicinity of 70% of that, and then we apply that against preferably in stock product. But in some cases we'll even order product in if it's something you're looking for. So there you go. There's the general rundown. And so where the blitz gets exciting is we increase your trade-in value, or we increase what we're offering you. And so what we're offering this year is that you can take 90% of the what we think we can get for it. So you can get a good taste of that by looking at the used markets online. So 90% of that as a pre-tax trade-in. And when I say that, I just mean, not to get into the accounting of it too much, because that part's not as much fun as music. Sorry to all the accountants out there. I'm trying to offend at least one group of people at some point, and that way, they could get angry at me and get on there, online, and we'd create a controversy. So I've officially made the statement that accounting is less fun than music. Although I was at a trade show and there was a group of accountants that were speaking at a music trade show, and they told us they were in a band called the Accounting Crows. So there you go. So when we do our pre-tax trade-in, we apply it before your item that you want to buy, so you're only paying the tax on the difference. So it's pretty simple math, and meaning if you went to go out and sell that privately, you'd have to get, in order to get the same value we're giving you, you'd have to get the price plus tax, which obviously you're not going to charge tax if you're selling it at a garage sale or whatever. So there you go. Okay, another nice comment here. Go Leafs, go, and Cowboys. I'm assuming you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, like NFL football. So that's where I draw the line. I'm not going to talk about NFL football on the show here. We got Leafs talk comes up. We'll do a little Raptors, even though I don't know anything about basketball really. Of course, we're talking about the Jays and the Toronto Argonauts. That's the football team. I'm Canadian football for me, CFL. But really, it's a music show, so let's talk trade-ins. And if you have any questions about like what I've just said about trade-ins or like you know how this works, throw them in there. I'm happy to answer questions today. Because it is a little like, it's a businessy thing. It's a transaction we're talking about. But because we do it all year, we've got trade-ins that have already come in, and people that we maybe did a little early deal for, or they had extra items, and normally we won't allow any more than two items to be brought in against one. So that's sort of your maximum, and sometimes we do have to say no, no, just 1 to 1. So, um, you know, we have to make sure the deal works for us too. But we really want this to work for you guys. We want you to be able to bring in a guitar. Like my favorite thing is if somebody's got a guitar that was great for them when they were beginning, but now they're ready to move up. So you can bring that in, get some value for it, and then move up to something a little higher end. So because of that, I said 90%, and that's true. But for our trade and blitz, we've also added a little extra line. If you move up to a Canadian made acoustic, so either Art Lu 3 or Seagull is what we have in stock right now, then you can apply 100% of what we feel like we could get for it out there in the used market. So that means you're getting more than what you'd be able to likely get if you sold it privately, which is insane. Nobody's offering that I've heard of. If somebody else is offering that as a deal out there, you let me know, because we want to know about our competitors too. But I think this is a great opportunity again if you have something and you want to move up. So, all right, let's catch some questions and comments. Guess, or this is it is a question. Guess where I'm at next Wednesday, John. Where are you at? You're gonna say a Leaf game, and you're gonna make me green with envy. So green like this guitar, right? I bet that's what you're gonna say. And Gary says hi. Hi, Gary. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. So I got 3 used guitars behind me, and because they're used, I did notice that they needed tuning. So fortunately for me, I got a shipment of the Korg Pitch Crow G tuner in stock, and we sell a lot of great tuners. We got rechargeable tuners, we got affordable tuners. This one's going to hit sort of in the middle in the price. It's a little more than, for example, the D'Addario Eclipse, which is a favorite here, or the D'Addario Nexus, which is the rechargeable, is a little more than this. These are going to sell for $29.99. But what we're seeing, anyways, in their claim is that it's very accurate. So the accuracy of tuning is measured in cents, and this one is claiming to be more accurate than your average clip-on tuner. I thought it said it on the box, and I was just gonna read you the number. I can't remember if it's accurate within point zero 0.01 or point zero 0.02. I can't remember. So, but it's very accurate, is what they say, and we're gonna test that theory out today. So I'm taking the tuner and I'm putting in the watch style battery because this one's not rechargeable. And oh, I see what I got to do. I'm doing it wrong. I might have broken it already. I've got to put the battery into the clip and then put the clip in. So, okay, you know me well, John. I know all the fans of John Connors Live who tune in regularly, like you do, Laj Luke Cooney. And he says I'm right. So he's going to the Leaf game next Wednesday. Who are you seeing next Wednesday? Who are they playing against? I got to stall while I try to get this battery out. That was silly. Um, I may have to leave you for. Oh, I got another tuner I can use. Okay, so note to self: when you see a tuner has like a cool little battery clip like this, put the battery in the clip and then put that in the tuner. So if you just jam it right in, it doesn't work as well. So we'll leave that for a second, and I'll be able to get it out, just not under the pressure of the watching eyes. And we've got this little Apex tuner here that does not claim to be super accurate, but it's here and it has a battery. So I'm going to use that one today. And we're going to play some tunes. So I want to say hey to Chris. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, and Leafs and Rangers, an original 6 matchup you're going to see. You're a lucky duck. My first Leaf game, I went with my dad. We saw them play. I'm going to respond to this comment in a second. This is great. Anyway, so I went to see the Leafs and the Bruins, and the Leafs they just came out flat that night. It was back before they're amazing like they are now, and they were not consistently good. It was a Matt Sundin game, so sometimes good, but not always. And but anyways, I did go a couple years ago and see them play the Sharks, and they were good that night. That was the night Kadri pulled Joe Thornton's beard out. So I love going, and so if anyone wants to bring me to a Leaf game, yeah, give me a shout. Oh, and I'll rock the boat. Okay, so here we get from Blue Collar Mew. I want to offer promotion of your channel viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be best. So thank you, Blue Collar. But I don't need any more viewers than the fine people that tune in every week to John Connor's live. So I'll not be taking them up on their services. All right. So which guitar do you want to hear first? Okay. I got 3 guitars. I'm going to play all 3. So I'm going to stop chatting. I'm just going to do song after song after song with these 3 guitars. So do you want to hear a used Cort Earth with a mahogany top and a beveled edge for the arm that came in as a trade-in a little bit ago? So I got that acoustic right there. You can see it. You want to hear that first? You can hear them all anyways. Or do you want to hear this rockin' looking green electric? This is a Jackson. It also includes, it includes the flight case. So it's ready to go on tour. Or I've got a used Ibanez Art Core. So it's a hollow body. It's been modified slightly with the cool skull here. All right, so I'm going with the first vote. Cort, as I love the one I used to have. They make a great guitar. I keep hitting the, man. There's going to be like a blooper reel out of the show tonight. All right, so Digsby says Cort because he had one. They make a great guitar. We've always been happy with the value. And this one I really dig. So we're going to start with that. So give me a sec. All right. Oh, and Chris says he loves the Cort too. All right, and I got the little mic set up there, down there. So I've got Aston Origin and my Shure SM58 run directly into the interface. And I'm just going to use this random tuner, not the Korg. So we're not going to test the quality of that. Maybe what we'll do is in a future live stream, I'll make sure I set it up in advance, and then we'll do a tuner comparison. Turn that mic down a little bit though. That's a wee bit hot, I think. Check. All right. We got a nice acoustic guitar song planned here. This came up today. Okay, I'm going to tell a little story of this one. This one came up today with a student of mine because they remember from their childhood that on CBC Kids, there used to be this cool song that would come on between shows. And they were like, it went like this, do. And I was like, I don't know about that one. But I remember, because my kids watch CBC Kids, that they used to use Bedouin Sound Clashes, When the Night Feels My Song. And I started playing it. And the student went, that's the one. I'm on the rocky hill, heading down off the mountaintop. As my steps echo and echo louder than before. Mountain slope, another day is done. I say goodbye to the setting sun. See what I found, turn back to the ground, just like before. Hey, beautiful day, hey, beautiful day. Hey, beautiful beautiful day. A beautiful day. When the night feels my soul, I'll be yours. I'll be yours. Got more for the blooper reel. Into the undergrowth to stand on a lonely road. In the twilight, the day turns to night. I'm all alone. And when the light has left, I'm not sure of my every step. Follow the wind that pushes me west, back on my bed. Hey, yeah. A beautiful day, a beautiful day. Hey, yeah. A beautiful day, a beautiful day. When the night feels my soul, I'll be yours. I'll be yours. When the night feels my soul, I'll be yours. I'll be yours. When the night feels my soul, I'll be yours. I'll be yours. There we go. When the night feels my song by Bedouin Sound Clash. That's a fun song to do. And okay, so Mona says hi, how you doing? Thanks for the applause there, Phil. It always makes me feel good, especially makes up for that little mistake in the middle. You know, I was going from bar chords up here. I gotta make excuses, right? So I was going from bar chords up here, and then I wanted to go to an open D there, and I missed it. I just missed it. And it sounded brutal, but everything else was pretty good, I guess. So nicely done. I'll take that. Thank you very much, Mona. And Digsby says, sounded awesome on this beautiful court. So I want to show you the beveled edge part of it. This is kind of neat. There you go. So it's so comfortable that, you know, sometimes guitars will have that dig in edge. So this one does not. And so a solid top guitar with a beveled edge, mahogany, you know, it's got some wear. It was previously loved and played for $250. So that's the other perk of the trade-in blitz, of course, is after that. After the trade-ins, we've got these used guitars. We go over them, get them ready. All right, not just guitars, of course, amps, which I'm going to show you in a sec too, and they get out there available to the public as well. So that's another added benefit. So we got that great comment there from Digsby. Dan says great song choice, and really it was my student earlier today that came up with that from his childhood watching CBC Kids. So you know maybe the Connors brothers really should pursue getting a song on CBC Kids because that way, like 10 years from now, everyone will be like, I remember that song. You know, next album, we'll see. And Phil says you were that close. Like I was. Like there's D, and then like if I was going, that might have worked, but I just went. I went, oh. So sometimes close is worse than missing it by a lot, right? Like as far as the sound, like definitely you can be like, well, I was close. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go to the to this cool pink hollow body, and I'm gonna be. No, I've already got the other one plugged in. Let's just do it. Let's go to the green Mean Machine. I've got it plugged into a used but beautiful American-made PV Classic 30 amp. So let's hear that. happy. I'm going to put the screen down a little bit so you guys can see this thing a little bit more. Okay. I had the amp on standby. Sorry about that. So now it's alive and well. This is not a regular John Connor style guitar, or well, the amp would work, but I've got the gain cranked so that this guitar shows off well. I'm going to move the mic to the amp so we can hear it, and I'm going to do a tune. Oh yeah, that comes through hot. On a cobweb, an afternoon in a room full of emptiness by the freeway. I confess I was lost in pages full of death. I'm alone. If we're good, we'll lay to rest and in your house. Here we go. Long to be room by room, patiently I'll wait for you there, like a stone. I'll wait for you there, alone. On a deathbed, I will pray to the gods and angels. To anyone to take me to heaven, place I recall it. I was there so long ago. The sky was bruised, though I was glad, and then lost the words. In your house, I long to be room by room, patiently I'll wait for you there, like a stone. I'll wait for you there, alone, alone. Go to blues riffs. Okay. Go ahead, put in the comments what you thought of that. But it's a cool guitar, right? It's in a drop tuning. So I thought I would do a song that normally when I go to sing it, it's kind of too high for me. And then I kind of forgot about the riff, which I didn't learn. But there you go. It's a pretty cool guitar. And, you know, the neat thing with trade-ins for us, too, is that things that we normally don't stock, like a brand like Jackson, we don't have in the store all the time. We get an opportunity to have them in and see what people think. So I'm, I'm glad Chris would be proud. And Gary, thanks. Okay, I'm glad you guys are digging it still. You know, I'm going, I don't know, maybe the numbers stayed high. People kept watching, so that's a good thing. And Dixie says thanks. And sounded okay. I don't mind that, Dan. You know, it is rocking. But let's move on to the other guitar. And I'm going to change the gain a little bit so that we get a little bit more bluesy tone But before I move over to do that, I'm going to put Arnold's a little applause emoji up there because thank you for that. All right, so next guitar, the modified Ibanez Arcor. I'm moving my microphone. I need some help. It's caught in my chair right now. Someday I'm gonna get somebody to help me with this stuff. Thanks for your patience. Nobody saw me bang that Aston Origin mic, right? Ooh. Okay, here we go. This is my go-to bluesy tune. I want you to see the guitar first. So hollow body. What they did is put that cool skull on the pickguard, and otherwise it's original. And what a neat! It's like a coral pink color. So this is kind of fun. Oh, we better tune her up first, though, using my affordable tuner. So we're going to be in E flat standard, I believe, just because I noticed it's already tuned low. Oh, never mind. Let's bring it right up. For those of you that maybe aren't familiar with alternate tunings, one thing that you can just do is, if you want to get a deeper sound out of your guitar, or better suited to the music you're playing, tune the guitar lower. But often you have to sort of set it up that way. Have your gauge strings help with that, and of course, having the neck adjusted by a professional to compensate for the change of tension. There we go. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there. I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine. I'm gonna be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine with my Kansas City baby, and boy, she's really fine. Well, I might take a train, I might take a plane, but if I have to walk, I'm gonna get there just the same. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there. I'm gonna get me one. Well, I might take a train, might take a plane, but if I have to walk, I'm going just the same. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me some. There we go, a little Kansas City. This is a great combo. This guitar with that amp. Whew, I didn't really show you the amp. Could you see it? When I look at the tweed, it's a tube amp, American made, reverb tuned up just a wee bit, maybe a wee bit too much, but I loved it. I was feeling good about that. I'm gonna look at the applause. See, this is the kind of stuff I should be doing. I should stay away from the heavy metal or hard rock trying to play like heavy metal, right, guys? Gary says amazing. Thanks, guys. So I got some blooper reel stuff tonight, and I got some highlight reel stuff tonight, right? And Arnold says, great, thanks. All right. I had one more song but I think I'm gonna wait and save it for next week because we got Trade in Blitz Part 2. And the reason why we got Trade in Blitz Part 2 coming next week is because we got guitars that are going to be coming in. So the trade in blitz actually begins on January 30th. I said next week, next show. Okay. So January 30th, and it's going to run until February 4th. The email blast is going to hit your inboxes for those of you that follow Connor's music tomorrow, and then we'll be posting it on social media. So if you forget the exact dates, don't stress. The info's coming out, and then you can start dropping by with your instruments, or if it's music accessories, amps, that's fine too. And then we can assess the value right there with you, and you go pick out your dream guitar or whatever it is that you're going to be doing. So that means the next show, because John Connors Live airs live on the first and third Wednesdays of the month. The next show is going to be right in the middle of the week of the trade-in blitz. So I don't know what's going to come in, and I'm going to grab 3 instruments that come in and pick 3 songs that are appropriate to those instruments again. So just like tonight, where it was like, okay, acoustic song for the court beveled edge. I got to do something heavy with the Jackson, and then you got to do something bluesy with a hollow body, right? Or jazzy. And yeah, Kansas City worked it fairly well. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you not only drop by, well, tune in on the 1st of February there, which will be right mid in Trade Blitz, but come by, even if you just want to tire kick and see what it would be worth, bring it in that week and talk to myself or Joe or Paul or Dave on the floor here, and we'll give you a good value so that you know exactly what you're looking at. So you're very welcome, Arnold. I don't know if I put that up. And Dan, thank you very much. It was a fun show. It had some twists and turns for sure. So thanks for staying on the journey with me. And Digsby says, got my pick when we picked up my new case. Both are very nice. Awesome. So glad to hear that. And so Gary says, I have a John Connors pick. What's it worth? For what it's worth, there's something happening here. Oh, what it is. Oh, that's not what you meant. You said, what's the guitar pick worth? It's priceless, right? Custom. We have a few left. So if you come in on the trade blitz, make sure you ask for a John Connors pick and say, I heard about the trade in blitz on John Connors Live, and I thought I had to come in. And even if you don't do a trade, you'll still get a free pick. So, and it's got, a great looking face on it. All right. So thanks guys again for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you soon at the shop, and then we'll see you live on the first Wednesday of February. Thanks again. Have a great night. Stay well, guys.